Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly forecast for March 23rd through the 29th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead for you, my darlings, with this lovely deck here. And then, I know normally I have an oracle deck, but we have another tarot deck because this really cool deck has affirmations for each tarot card. So we're going to pull an additional tarot card at the end and see what affirmation comes up for Gemini. So without further ado, my darlings, my lovely Geminis, let's see what's happening for you guys the week ahead. Alrighty, my dears. So here is your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, dear. So Monday, Tuesday, we have Two of Swords. Two of Swords is when we're kind of afraid, like we're in fearful energy. That doesn't surprise me for a couple of reasons. Well, obviously right now a lot of people all around the world are feeling very afraid. There's a lot of fear energy going on. So that right there, right off the bat, is pretty self-explanatory. We also have the new moon in Aries. The new moon in Aries is a lot more like a full moon energy because this new moon in Aries is all about healing and releasing childhood traumas, family karma, past life karma. So there's a lot of stuff coming to the surface for a lot of people right now. And Gemini, you guys have had this ongoing theme for a while in your weekly readings about how your emotions have been becoming a little bit more intense, that you guys have been stepping out of the realm of air, the realm of, intellect and thought, and being more aware of your feelings and emotions. So a lot of you are really kind of feeling this fear as you're trying to bring the head and the heart together. Like, you know what you feel, you want to take action, you want to make changes, but you feel afraid about doing it. Some of you are at an impasse with a situation. Like, you have spoken your piece, you have spoken up, you have asked for change, you have asked for more, and you haven't been getting it. You just haven't been getting it. And so the Two of Swords, and when I say you haven't been getting it, I don't mean that you don't understand. You understand very well. You just haven't been receiving. What you're asking for hasn't been granted. Two of Swords, those of you that watch my readings, you will have heard me say when it comes up, it's kind of like a little bit of a warning in my readings. It's like, look, if you don't listen to your intuition, if you don't start going in the direction you're supposed to go in, or you're being guided to go in, there could be a tower moment coming. Okay, so to avoid this tower moment, Gemini, it's going to be important for you to let yourself take off that mask, look at the road ahead of you, realize it's not that bad. I mean, here she's got two swords in her arms, so she's protected. She's not like completely and totally without defenses here. So it's time to take action. When I see Two of Swords, there's something you're avoiding doing, okay? Whether it's having a conversation or, making some kind of change, it's like you're afraid to do it. But deep down inside, you kind of know that things aren't going to change. So nothing changes till something changes, as they say. It's time to try something new. It's time to go in a new direction. And some of you are going to have to release fear to be able to do this. So allow yourself to acknowledge the fear. Don't completely ignore it. Don't deny that it's there. When we deny something, sometimes we give it more power. And use positive affirmation, prayer, meditation, to do it anyway. Because that's what courage is. Courage is we do something despite the fear. Courage doesn't mean you don't feel fear. You feel fear. You do it anyway. That's what courage comes down to. So your next card here, my darlings, Wednesday, Thursday, is Four of Cups. Like I said, you guys are disappointed by someone or something, right? Like I said, I feel like you have asked and you've not received what you've wanted. This person, whether it be a work situation, whether it be a romantic relationship, whether it be a family member, they kind of sense that they're running out of time with you. Like they kind of sense, Gemini, that you're just in this energy where you're not getting enough. Like you're not happy with what they've been offering, and you've been patient, and you're just like, look, I can't wait anymore, right? Like you've made that clear. So they may feel and they may sense that they're losing this hold on you. And Wednesday, Thursday, you may be receiving some kind of an offer. Like they might be getting back to you and saying, okay, well, I can't do what you're asking me to do, but here's what I will give you. They may be coming in with like a compromise. But Gemini, you're looking at that cup like, I don't want that doo-doo cup. Like, that is not what I asked for. That is not what I asked for. And you're not happy with what you're being offered. You're not satisfied with what you're being offered. Don't allow this energy to discourage you or to make you sad. Because, you know, Four of Cups, sometimes when it comes up in this way, it's very much like what the mystic Rumi talked about when he talked about divine discontentment, which is when we begin to wake up and we begin to realize that we're a child of God, a child of the universe, and that we deserve a lot more, right? We go into this energy where we are like entitled in a healthy way, like in a healthy kind of entitlement where we're like, wait a minute, you know, why shouldn't I have that? You know, other people have it. They're no better than I am. Why shouldn't I have that? Or, you know, I'm not asking for a whole lot here. So you get into this energy where you stop settling for less. And that's where you are, Gemini. You don't want to settle for less. Some of you are struggling with this a little bit because you're like, wait a minute though. Like, I'm trying to be somebody in the energy of gratitude. I want to be like this Zen kind of person. I want to have this inner peace. I want to be a spiritual person. So aren't I supposed to just kind of go with the journey? Aren't I supposed to just let what comes to me because whatever's meant to be is going to be? And shouldn't I just be grateful for whatever it is as it's here? Yes and no. It depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. Some people are very surrendered in that way. And they kind of like that uncertainty. They like the feeling of floating down the stream and just whatever happens, happens. Some people like that. But for other people where you're trying to kind of like get out of a hole, or you're trying to get out of a block, or you're really trying to manifest something that's very important for you, you have to be in the energy of action. Completely and totally drifting and just whatever happens, happens, it's not going to work, right? Then we just kind of, you know, we don't know, we don't have any control. So Gemini, a lot of you are going to find balance this week. You're going to find balance to be grateful, to be in gratitude, to be in Zen, to be surrendered for the highest good, but also to have boundaries, and also to be able to tell somebody, you know, I don't feel very respected by what you're offering me. I don't feel valued or appreciated by what you're bringing to the table. So that's a very powerful moment. That's a very powerful moment. And if you're able to do this, then you won't have the tower moment where our guides have to step in and, you know, blast everything, to make it clear to us that, hey, you know, this person's not going to change, or the situation's not going to change, or all of a sudden it's like yanked from under us so that we can move on. That's not a good feeling, right? So if you listen to what your gut is telling you, if someone or something is making you feel bad about yourself, or making you feel like you're not being valued, or, you know, they're like, you're trying to speak your words, but they're not hearing it, that's not a good situation for you, right? They might come back and try to compromise. But, you know, if you just kind of feel like, you know what, this person's giving me bare minimum, or you know, this is not aligned with what I'm trying to manifest in my life, it's okay to turn down an offer. Okay, it's okay for you to turn down an offer. Your next card here is King of Pentacles, right? So it's like you feel in your gut you don't want to take that cup because you feel in your heart ready for something bigger, ready for something more. Okay, some of you may be turning down a job. Some of you may be turning down an opportunity because you're realizing it's going to take a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, and kind of pay you peanuts. And you're like, you know what, I'm going to stay open for something bigger, something better. But you're taking action, you know, you're taking action towards that. You're not just sitting and saying, okay, I'm just going to wait for it to fall from the sky. You're taking action. And then shortly thereafter, this could for some of you, it could happen in the same week. You may turn something down, and then by the end of the week, you may have another offer come in. And this one might feel too big, where you're like, whoa, wait a minute, this sounds wonderful and all, but I don't know if I'm ready for this. And King of Coins says, look, if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. King of Pentacles lets you know, if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. This is, you know, financial stability. You know, King of Coins also, or King of Pentacles also for me, has very much like an entrepreneur kind of vibe or boss kind of vibe. So some of you are moving up in a powerful energy into that way, where you're taking leadership over something, a situation, a business, investments, finances, things of this nature. We're going to go ahead and check out your other tarot card and see what affirmation you guys get. And guys, keep in mind, this is a general reading, okay? You might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading. You can click on the Calendly link if you want to schedule a private reading with me. But for those of you that have questions about the moon sign and rising sign, hang out. I'm going to talk about that at the end. Your affirmation card here is Ace of Water. Okay, so Ace of Water is a really happy card. This in traditional tarot is going to be Ace of Cups. And if you have been following my channel, if you've been following my videos, and if you've heard me talk about Ace of Cups, then you know right now a light bulb just went off in your head. Ace of Cups is a very happy card of, like, you know, love and fulfillment and opportunity and joy and all those wonderful things we want to feel. But in my readings, I have noticed that Ace of Cups will come up when somebody is breaking out of a long-lasting block having to do with relationships and emotional connections. When I see Ace of Cups, it's like you're shifting your karma to like the happy karma relationship. You're breaking out of karmic partners where they hurt you and you're like, enough is enough, I'm tired of this, to having the positive lessons, the fun lessons, the happy lessons. So when I see Ace of Water or Ace of Cups, it's like you're having this moment where you're like, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. I don't want this anymore. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of having the same situation again and again. I've learned my lesson. I know the signs. I know what to look out for. And I refuse to accept this in my life anymore. When this happens, the universe says, awesome, wonderful, great. No, Gemini is awake now. Gemini doesn't need this pain or this poking to wake them up. They're awake, they're ready to learn their lessons through happiness, support, love, accomplishment, you know, joy. So you're shifting your lessons into a fun way of learning, you know, redeeming the positive karma points. So let's go ahead and see what the affirmation is for Ace of Water for our lovely Gemini friends. It says, I am filled with love from spirit and joyously let it flow out to others, where it fertilizes the seeds of co-creation. Love gives me hope, shining brilliant light on all the possibilities available to me. I am optimistic about bringing dreams into being. Spirit always informs me and guides me, allowing me to illumine the darkest of places. So I encourage you guys to feel free to take a screenshot of this or to pause and write it down. And I encourage you, if you prefer to write it in your own words, please feel free to do so, because this gives it more power. It gives more of your personal power into it. For example, when it says allowing me to illumine the darkest of places, I don't use that word. I don't walk around using that word in my day-to-day vocabulary. I might say allowing me to illuminate the darkest places, allowing me to shine bright in the darkest places, or, you know, however you want to change up the sentences. Please feel free to do that. Okay, my dears? Those of you asking me about the sun sign, the moon sign, what your planetary placements mean, I've been very open with you guys I'm not an astrology expert. I read the cards intuitively. My understanding of the astrology is very basic. I don't want to give you guys false information, and I always say that in the videos, but people still ask me like really, detailed questions, or how to figure out what their planetary placements are. And an astrologer reached out to me and gave me like a yearly forecast, a sun return reading, and it broke down and explained to me so clearly my planetary placements, what's coming up in the year ahead. So much of it resonated. Like I was like genuinely impressed. And the site's pretty cool. They have a lot of free resources. They have free articles. They have like free guides and stuff. So there's a lot of free things on there that you might want to check out. But they were very kind, very nice, and offered to sponsor my videos and sponsor my channel by giving you guys 30% off. They're already very reasonably priced astrology readings. So like if you want an astrology breakdown of like your planetary placements and all that good stuff, and how astrology may affect you in the year ahead, I highly recommend checking them out. I was very impressed. So there's a link in the description to the site, and when you put in the code ANGEL30, you guys get 30% off. So and if you can't buy a reading, just go check out the site and look at the free stuff they have. I thank you guys so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. If you want a private reading with me, click on the Calendly link and schedule a private reading with me there. And the love videos for April will be up in the next couple of days. Channeled messages will be up in the next couple of days. So make sure you hit the notification bell so that you get notifications when those videos are posted. And every single day on Instagram and Facebook, the card of the day too. I do daily messages on social media, so check those out as well. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.